Guess what I'm reading? I'm just at the part where the king is insisting that he competes in the hands tourney. Is that how you pronounce it? Tourney? So every Sun through Wednesdays this August, I've gotten up, attempted to make myself look presentable, eaten breakfast, prepared for the day, and headed off towards the nearest bus stop.
COMMUTER, commuter.
And then I take various forms of public transit to Stanley Park. Stanley Park is named after Lord Stanley, who was the Governor-General of Canada at the time. It's the same Lord Stanley that the Stanley Cup was named after. It's also the location of the one and only Vancouver Aquarium. Then I head to the AquaQuest reception desk and flash my awesome ID and my less awesome photo, and they give me a little electronic key, and I can let myself into the building. Then I head downstairs to the volunteer lounge for a daily morning training. That's its window down there. I had to film it from afar because I'm not working today. By morning training, I mean for the first 45 minutes of our day, we are trained on a specific animal or group of animals or just area of the aquarium. Sometimes we also have tests. For example, on Wednesday, we had a test on marine mammals. I think it went pretty well. Then we have a meeting with the other gallery educator volunteers to choose which schedules we want to do. And then we head to the Perry Poon props room to grab the prop boxes that go with whatever animal we're going to be talking about next, and to get the carts that we transport and display them on. I love the prop room. It's full of models and bones and shells and furs and all the information you ever need to know about any of the animals. I could spend hours in there. The room is only 10 feet wide, but you could easily get lost. Then we head into the galleries, answer questions, and hopefully give interesting information. I really am enjoying doing my work experience at the Vancouver Aquarium. There's so many benefits from it. For one, I'm getting a lot better working with the public, which wasn't exactly my strong suit before. I love that I get to be around these animals all the time. And since I'm around these animals for the majority of the week, I have the chance to see them at their best. For example, I saw the sloth being fed grapes, and I even saw them move a couple times. Unfortunately, we're not permitted to have our video cameras or even our cell phones on the floor. I can't really blame them for that, though. It does look unprofessional, but it means that I didn't exactly have the chance to capture all of these amazing moments that I saw. But I did my best here. I love this sign. Some penguins are more famous than others. Movie star. Not a movie star. It's also just a really great work environment. The staff are so friendly and welcoming to any questions. In fact, they encourage them. Some people might be concerned that the penguins are in such a mild climate as Vancouver, but they're actually African penguins. Although our penguins have actually never been to Africa, they were born in Boston. I've also had the chance to listen in on all the shows multiple times, which leads me to my next point. I am learning so much. 15 to 20 hours per day. I'm learning about each individual animal, I'm learning about their species, I'm learning about conservation efforts being done, I'm learning about theories, I'm learning about research, whether I want to or not, although I very rarely do not want to. I'm also learning about animals that I rarely give third or fourth thoughts to, which has been quite interesting. For instance, the Vancouver Aquarium is currently doing a jelly invasion feature. As a result, I know quite a bit more about jellyfish.
The edible jellyfish, or Rhopalina esculenta, has been eaten for thousands of years.
As a result, I've come to the conclusion that jellyfish are much more than just gelatinous blobs. This is the model of a lion's mane of jellyfish that can be found off the coast of BC. Its sting is no more painful than a bee's, but what is really amazing is that this model is life-size of the largest jellyfish ever found. Its bell, which is the rounded part on top, was 2 meters in diameter, and it had tentacles that were 60 meters long, which is actually twice as long as this model's tentacles. But one of the best things about doing work experience at the Vancouver Aquarium is simply that it is the Vancouver Aquarium. I've been coming here since before I can remember. I love the place. And as I've grown older, I've come to realize and respect more and more what it is and what they do. Their number one priority is animal health care and safety. They're also a self-supporting, not-for-profit society that is dedicated to the conservation of aquatic life. They work towards this goal in many ways. One example is that they rescue and rehabilitate with the hopes of releasing animals at their Marine Mammal Rescue Center. Most of their patients are harbor seal pups, of which they get hundreds every year. But they've also rehabilitated sea turtles, sea otters, fur seals, sea lions, orcas, harbor porpoises, you name it. Unfortunately, both of the harbor porpoises that have been rehabilitated were deemed non-releasable, and now live at the Vancouver Aquarium. Their names are Jack and Daisy. They're actually the only harbor porpoises on display in the whole of North America. There's a harbor porpoise at the MMR right now, Levi, and they have high hopes that he'll be able to be released soon, which would make him the first of his kind to be released back into the wild. They're also helping the conservation of aquatic life through research. For example, they recently completed a metabolic study with the dolphins and are continuing to study their echolocation abilities to try to understand why so many cetaceans are caught in fishing nets every day. The number is 800, by the way. They're also doing research with the sea lions to try to understand why 80% of their number have gone down since the 1980s, as well as with the harbor seals to try to see if they are in fact responsible for eating so much salmon, also with the orcas in the wild. They breed many different species, both for research and to increase the number of endangered populations. They founded the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup, as well as Ocean Wides, a program that helps people pick the most sustainable seafood choice. Plus, they have an amazing waste disposal system, which I, for one, can definitely appreciate. Not to mention, they focus on education just as much as entertainment. I could go on, but I don't want this video to be way too long. I also want to apologize for the late video. I had a couple of speed bumps, one of which being that I didn't have any sort of filming device except for the laptop. And I didn't really want to bring it to the aquarium. So Georgia, this is Elfin, our male sea otter. He was orphaned in Alaska and rehabilitated by the Vancouver Aquarium. So anyways, to show how truly sorry I am for this late video, I've devised a sort of payment. Oh god, it's cold. Buzz, you really don't want to come near me right now. Okay, Georgia, this water has been in the deep freeze for like 2 hours. Oh, it's cold. Okay.